What a change from the previous generation. It's not as boxy, with more sophisticated European-inspired lines. Now this is the top of the range 3.6R, and the colour is tungsten, which isn't entirely dissimilar to the platinum colour that you would have seen on the GC8 WRX. Now the range starts with a 2.5i, and the mid-spec is a 2.5i Premium. All of them get 18-inch alloy wheels, and it's pretty generous for a medium sedan, almost 4.8 metres long and 1.8 metres wide. The boot is bigger than it used to be, 493 litres, though that is still smaller than the Toyota Camry or the Skoda Octavia. It's nice and deep, but this shallow opening may make it a bit tricky to manoeuvre those odd-shaped objects into the boot. The rear seats, though, are the standard 60/40 split-fold configuration, which may help. Now, all bar the entry-level 2.5i get a boot release on the lid. It really does feel so spacious back here. Get a load of the amount of legroom. Headroom's not too bad, but the sunroof does take up a bit of space. As you'd expect, there are air vents in the back. Storage-wise, 2 cup holders in the armrest, mat pocket, room for water bottles in the doors. The seats are really nicely finished in the leather with good under-thigh support. The leather finishes continue on the doors with the stitching and the perforation, but this is absolutely not where I plan to be spending any time in this car. This is where the action is. Now, I actually own a 3rd generation Liberty Heritage, which was the top of the line, and it is amazing just how familiar the new Liberty smells. There have been a lot of changes up front with this generation. The top spec model is 14 grand cheaper than it used to be, and you get a lot more kits. Taking pride of place is this 7-inch touchscreen with satellite navigation, access to apps like Pandora, CD player, Bluetooth phone and audio streaming, iPod connectivity with 2 USB ports, a reverse view camera, but no front or rear parking sensors. They're not even an option. However, you do get Subaru's driver safety system, which gives you things like lane departure warning, autonomous emergency braking and collision warning. Now, as with my old Liberty Heritage, you get beautiful leather seats that are really comfortable. I like the perforated leather and the stitching, and the finishes throughout the cabin are really nice. As you'd expect, you get things like dual zone climate control and cruise control. Speaking of which, I'm looking forward to taking this for a cruise. The 3.6R gets a massive 3.6 litre boxer 6-cylinder petrol engine, producing 191 kilowatts at 6,000 RPM and 350 Newton metres at 4,400 RPM. Now that's quite a jump from the other 2 variants that get Subaru's 2.5 litre 4-cylinder boxer engine, producing 129 kilowatts and 235 Newton metres. Now this is a hell of a lot more fun. Continuously variable transmissions, or CVTs, cop a lot of flack, but Subaru have managed to pull off the seemingly impossible. The transmission works seamlessly with the engine, minus that annoying CVT whine. The ride is perhaps a little on the firm side. You can feel a lot of the bigger bumps, but it never feels flustered, whether you're crawling through the urban jungle or hitting the open road. It's also nice and quiet. There's very little road or engine noise infiltrating the cabin. And another Subaru trademark is that all-wheel drive system. It just feels so solid and stuck to the road, even in the wet. The combined fuel consumption is acclaimed at 9.9 litres per 100 Ks, which isn't bad for an engine of this size and power. It really is just a beautiful thing to drive. Priced at $41,990 before on-road costs, as I mentioned before, the 3.6R is a massive $14,000 cheaper than the previous range-topping model. Great news for new buyers, not so good for those that forked out for the previous generation. Subaru offers a 3-year unlimited kilometre warranty, but you've got to watch out for your servicing costs. Expect to pay an average of almost $900 a year, with servicing every 6 months or 12,500 kilometres. The Subaru Liberty, though, has returned to true form. It offers a dynamic drive wrapped in an aggressively styled package. I may be a little bit biased, but I really like it.